When did it begin for you? That moment you realize that games can take us on adventures unlike anything else in this world.
Claim your destiny.
No matter how or where you play, we know the why. Why games have risen to the top of entertainment. Today, superstars are born on the esports stage. Friends and families are united online. And the tales of this generation's greatest heroes become our own. Who knew that 40 years ago, a simple blip on a screen could lead to games that feel so real? They look more like us, do more like us, dream more like us. And the more they're like us, the more we feel a part of them.
Times change.
Games challenge us, inspire us, and entertain us. And they're only getting better.
Come this way.
Tonight, we celebrate where games have gone in 2014 and where they and we will go next. This is our world, our fantastically varied world. Here, tonight, everyone's invited, and we, each one of us, are all together, united by our love for video games.
Games have the ability to bring us together, to show us new experiences, and to most of all, to bring us joy. This shared love of games is what has brought us all together tonight, and why we at Nintendo will continue to keep working to make great experiences, whether you're a lifelong fan or just starting to play games for the very first time.
Welcome to the Game Awards. This is something completely new I'm doing this year. We've got the entire game industry here in the room and the fans together. And it's an amazing energy. You know, this is a different kind of show for me. It's going to be a little bit like E3, a little bit like an awards show, but a lot about celebrating games and the incredible game developers that have made some amazing games this year in 2014, and also some incredible games that we're going to preview for 2015 and beyond. We've got a lot of amazing surprises. We've got some great world premieres of upcoming titles that you'll see throughout the night. And of course, we've got a lot of awards. We've got our brand new game award right here, made by the folks at Weta Workshop. You can check it out here. We'll be giving this hardware out all night.
We thought, well, what if we sort of tell the story of early video games onto where video games maybe aspire to or where they're going to be going to.
The angel rising to the heavens, pursuing great heights out of the digital blocks of the land, is the inspiration for the design, and in turn we hope it inspires people to further reach for the stars and create unique worlds going forwards.
And it's great that everyone's watching around the world on Twitch, YouTube, Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, Wii U, Steam. It's all over the place. You can use the hashtag #TheGameAwards. We've got a lot of show, so let's get right on to it right now and head back to the stage. Enjoy the Game Awards.
And now, please welcome the voice of Snake and the body of Jack Bauer, Kiefer Sutherland.
Thank you very, very much. I cannot tell you what an honor it is to be here with you all this evening. And I'm not going to use a teleprompter. I just want to talk to you for a few seconds. It would be good. Nothing technologically has changed about the movie-going experience since the introduction of THX sound back in the 70s. And in my experience over the last 10 years working in this industry, You guys have taken technology from 0 to 1,000 in the shortest amount of time, so I think you all deserve an unbelievable round of applause for that. So as I finished telling this story, I think my actor friend got it because I think he was very worried that in a few years we were all going to be out of a job. But I don't think so. I see this unbelievable synthesis happening where I think film and television and gaming will actually all come together. And I think that that is the future of entertainment, and I think that you people have driven it. And this, again, I cannot tell you how much this last 2 years has meant to me. The game that I was so privileged to be a part of is Metal Gear Solid 5. And I get the honor of introducing you now to an innovator, a genius, my big boss, Hideo Kojima. Let's go.
Spread out. Enemy spotted.
There's still that little girl who plays Clementine in Walking Dead. Oh. She's an adult. Okay, so
Still not bitten.
Give me a break.
Kevin Spacey as Jonathan Irons, Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare.
Ideas don't determine who's right. Power determines who's right. And I have the power. So I'm right.
Step forward now and fulfill your
This is really cool because before I did cartoons and before I did music, I was a gamer. And I've always been a gamer. And this proves that video games are the greatest form of entertainment in the world.
This weekend, Sony's got its PlayStation Experience that's happening here in Las Vegas. That'll be happening tomorrow and Sunday. Lots of great stuff. But Sony has been kind enough to gift us some first looks at some of the games you'll get to play at the PlayStation Experience.
world is breaking.
Yet our people fight on.
Strangers drawn to a single banner.
And no matter how difficult the decisions,
Or how painful they may be.
I give you my word.
My oath. We will survive.
There's one person I'd like to give special mention to. In March of this year, just before my diagnosis, I was contacted by the charity Starlight about a 15-year-old boy by the name of Salim. Salim had been suffering from osteosarcoma, a rare form of bone cancer. He's fought through 6 cycles of chemotherapy and surgery, loves video games, and his one wish was to meet me. That was in equal parts humbling, heartbreaking, and surreal. I couldn't fulfill his wish, as I was diagnosed with cancer soon afterwards and was unable to travel. I want him to know that his bravery is an inspiration. His willingness to fight is a standard I hope I can aspire to myself, and the fact that video games helped him through what will hopefully be the most trying time of his life, a testament to the wonderful hobby we all enjoy. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your night.
It's great to be here at the inaugural Game Awards, and let me start with a huge thank you for Jeff Keighley for putting this great event together. Isn't it a blast? I couldn't be more proud to be on the advisory board of this award show, one that showcases the amazing work done in our industry, and most importantly, celebrates the creative, hard-working talent we have making video games today. Now at EA, we're always looking to work with the best and the brightest in the industry, particularly those with innovation and disruptive ideas. And today we have something really exciting to share with you. Our head of EA Studios, Patrick Soderlund, recently signed a new indie studio to the EA family. And I think it's a team you're going to be pretty excited to hear from. They put together a video for you from our Stockholm studio so you can be the first to see what they're working on. We couldn't be more thrilled to publish their next game. Take a look.
World premiere.
The reception for Brothers was overwhelming. I'm so proud of the game and what it's accomplished. I'm very excited to announce Hazelight Studios. Hazelight is a studio that I have started together with a core team of brothers, and I'm really looking forward to create a new experience.
Creation of new IP is the lifeblood of our industry. EA is investing a lot of resources and energy towards new IP right now. Joseph has proved himself not only to be a great movie director, but to be an equally strong games creator. His new idea and concept is unlike anything I've ever seen. Couple that with a very talented development team and the support that EA can give, and I think we have something very special.
Survivor detected. Hardiman Aerospace North Star 4. Aviation critically damaged. Hardiman Aerospace North Star 4. Survivor detected. Hardiman Aerospace North Star 4. EVA suit critically damaged. Hardiman Aerospace North Star 4. Survivor detected. Hardiman Aerospace North Star 4. Manual oxygen refill required. Hardiman Aerospace North Star 4. Survivor detected. Hardiman Aerospace North Star 4. Manual oxygen refill required. Hardiman Aerospace North Star 4.
We're here surrounded by some of the biggest names in the industry.
I see you, Naughty Dog. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Let's go to the strip club, Reggie.
Please, this is your moment. Go ahead.
Sure. It's an amazing thing when you as a team are working on a game that you love and you are so excited about it and you're like, I don't know how it's going to be received, and you put it out there, and it's incredibly humbling when the fans enjoy it like even more than you do. So I'm just incredibly humbled to be here and so thankful that, you know, so many people are excited about Hearthstone. It's amazing. Thank you.
No, all good. You've had a busy year, been in a lot of games this year, right?
There's been a few, yeah.
Yes, Last of Us Remastered, obviously Shadow of Mordor, Far Cry 4.
Yes.
Lots of stuff. But yeah, Mordor, obviously a game nominated tonight for Game of the Year.
Absolutely.
And I know you did a cool thing that we're going to see a little bit with a narrated user story, right? Because people are having these amazing kind of experiences with the game.
It's one of the best things about the game is it shows us what happens, what gamers will do when you give them a really good game and how far they can actually take it. So yeah, we're excited to show that to you guys.
All right. Well, and who knows? Maybe you're in one world premiere tonight or something. We don't even know, right?
Who knows?
No, that's the who knows. And I don't even know that, actually. You
the
may not
mumblings of speculations that just arose from this riotous crowd.
Exactly. These guys have been rocking all night. All right, well, there's more to come. All right, well, thanks very much, Troy. It's great to have you here at the Game Awards.
CP, this is 13. We've got gunshots.
This just got worse.
Really felt that we could dig into the great themes of shows like Justified and True Detective and really wrap the whole game in this TV crime drama feeling while really focusing on delivering a great narrative that really is driven by fun second-to-second player choice.
I think we can officially anoint you as the winner, actually, now for best esports player. People have been voting online, so this thing is yours, Nate Shock. Congratulations, man.
I appreciate it. I'm sure a lot of people are surprised to see me up here, but I'm just somebody who grew up playing video games, and if you're a fan of Counter-Strike, League of Legends, Dota, Halo, whatever esport that you watch and support, I'm sure all the players are very appreciative of you guys tuning in every single day, because we wouldn't be able to compete and do what we love every single day if there weren't viewers to watch us play.
Well, that's very well said. Yeah, I mean, you've made a career out of this. I mean, esports has really exploded this year, I feel like. You know, front page of the New York Times, you got a New York Times story. I mean, it's... tell me about, I mean, your life now as a player. I mean, tell me, what is it like? I mean, it's your career, right?
Yeah, it is my career. It's every single day. I think a lot of people that don't really see inside the lives of all these players don't really realize how much time and dedication they actually put into what they do. Right. Every single day is dedicated to becoming a better player, you know, trying to build your brand so that more people check out your esport, whether it's Call of Duty or anything other that you play. Just a big shout out to the Green Wall for helping me do what I do every single day. We love every single one of you, and we really appreciate you supporting the team and supporting myself throughout my entire career.
Awesome, man. Well, you're a great ambassador for esports. Thanks so much, Nate Schott.
Hello, hello. Thank you. This is our home, Las Vegas, and it's a great honor to be here today. We have a ton of respect for this industry. I know that a lot of people will say, you know, this is Imagine Dragons and this music band who deserves to be at other places, but I assure you that we're about, well, ever since my mom bought us a Commodore 64 when I was young. But ever since then, I was hooked to gaming my entire life. I love games. Now I think at the studio, we're supposed to be doing our second album right now, but we've been playing League of Legends like around the clock. Which I just realized that my wife is here, and I told her we've been at the studio recording, so we've been playing very little League of Legends, mainly recording, but wow, this is incredible, by the way. This is like the best trophy I've ever seen. It's like beautiful woman with like, wow.
PlayStation! We're going to let our fans go hands-on with a ton of upcoming titles, a lot of titles that maybe shouldn't even be played right now, but we want you to play them before they're ready. Awesome.
Those of you guys in the audience are going to get something special on the way out because next week a brand new Lara Croft game comes out, Temple of Osiris, and all of you in the audience as you walk out are going to get a free code to download that game, which is launching next week. All right, we are back here with two guys from Ubisoft. Montpellier, you've come all the way from France. Johan and Paul, you guys worked on an amazing game this year.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate it.
Well, it's up for some nominations, right? Including a new category called Games for Change, but a game that has a message or a meaning. Tell us about Valiant Hearts. I mean, this game, what did it mean to you guys? Why did you want to create this game?
We wanted to show that video game can also talk about serious things, and we wanted to touch people maybe with this, and it worked very well.
It was important to speak about the story of humanity also. It's important for us also.
Yeah, well, it's an incredible game, and it's definitely a very different game, but we like to see that because we've got lots of action games and shooters and things like that, but what you guys did with that game is incredible, and I'm happy to be the one to tell you that you guys also received one of these tonight. Actually, not just one.
Really,
You're going to get two for the best narrative and the winner of Game for Change, Valiant Hearts. So congratulations, these guys, all the way from France.
Thank you very much.
Anything you want to say to those about it?
I would like to say thank you all to be here with us tonight for our video games. And also thank you for the Valiant Hearts team and our family.
Yeah, it was really intense.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you coming all this way to the show this year. So thank you and congratulations, and we can't wait to see where the series may go in the future. All right, well, we've got a lot of indie games that have really inspired me. There are a lot of amazing developers that come up with these really, creative new ideas, and we've showcased a lot of those tonight. Like you guys won with Games for Change, we're hoping, obviously, to have some other games and small games that prove that they deserve to be on the big stage, much like the big blockbuster titles. And hopefully that's something that you guys have seen tonight, and you're going to see more of as we move forward, along with some big games.
I remember when I was writing the very first lines of code on the game, and I was listening to this track over and over again, Debutante. It's been the soundtrack to everything that we've shown so far. And now that band, my actual favorite band, are writing No Man's Sky, the album.
From Naughty Dog, please welcome the creative director of The Last of Us, and the upcoming Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, Neil Druckmann.
Hi. The Industry Icon Award, which I'm here to present tonight, was created to honor people whose contributions have left a lasting impression on the game industry. As a kid, I remember my brother bringing home a brand new computer game. We booted it up, and we were blown away by its graphic and sound. You controlled an animated character moving along in a beautifully rendered world. You picked up objects, talked to NPCs, and solved puzzles. Every facet of the game was utilized to tell a character-driven story in a way I've never seen before, and I instantly fell in love with it. That game was King's Quest, developed by Sierra. Growing up in Israel, I barely knew any English, but I'd worked through Sierra's catalog bit by bit, sitting there with a Hebrew-English dictionary. I learned to read and write English just so I could play every King's Quest, every Space Quest, and when my parents weren't around, Leisure Suit Larry. With multiple highly successful franchises, Sierra was renowned for pushing the boundaries of writing, game design, animation, sound, music, and with the advent of CD-ROM, even acting. Today's gaming storytellers stand on Sierra's shoulders. Tonight, we're proud to honor two visionaries who entertained and inspired countless of players and developers.
If you were to imagine the birth of personal computer games with graphics, you might picture a legion of undergraduates working in the basements of MIT or Stanford. But this fairy tale starts with a couple teenage sweethearts living on the outskirts of Los Angeles, California. In 1979, Ken Williams was working as a programmer, and personal computers were slowly finding their way into American homes. That year, he introduced his wife, Roberta, to a text-based computer game. Inspired, she conceived her own game with a story and decided it needed pictures. Roberta convinced Ken to program the game, which they called Mystery House, the first graphical adventure game for PCs.
What intrigued me was the fact that since I am a storyteller, and I've always been a storyteller, was the fact that this was another dimension beyond just a book or a movie, the fact that you could interact with a story.
The couple's dream was to sell 10,000 copies so they could buy their own house in the woods. But not even they imagined the true potential of PC gaming. The independently published game proved a massive success. It was more than enough to buy their house, and it became the first building block in the company that would become known as Sierra. In less than a decade, the business created by Ken and Roberta exploded into a publicly traded company with over 1,000 employees. They were collaborating with everyone, including Muppets creator Jim Henson. Story and character development were at the heart of Sierra Adventure Games. And the company continued to push technical innovations too, like voiceovers, real music, and more lifelike graphics. Sierra Games tackled all genres, like comedy with Space Quest, thriller with Gabriel Knight, role-playing adventures with Quest for Glory, and other pursuits with Leisure Suit Larry.
It's a unique industry because it's the only one where you can make this much money, have so much fun, and feel so good about what you're doing.
I think it was around 1984, 1985 that I started working on King's Quest, which has sort of turned into, a big hit.
Oh, if she doesn't want it, I'll take it.
Roberta continued creating and writing adventure games, most notably the blockbuster franchise King's Quest. And in a male-dominated industry, she provided one of the most influential female perspectives in gaming. Today, the industry has evolved, but Sierra remains the company that pioneered many of the technologies and storytelling techniques that are now industry standard. Some of today's greatest games are all built on a foundation birthed by gaming industry pioneers, Ken and Roberta Williams.
I've got more success than I ever wanted or ever really needed. And from here, if I can just make better games, make the home computer more productive, and put a home computer in every home, then I'll have done more than I ever wanted.
It is my honor to present the first Industry Icon Award to the founders of Sierra. Please help me welcome Ken and Roberta Williams.
Wow. Okay, thank you, everyone. I didn't get to see the video at the beginning, so apologies if this is reruns, but it was almost to the day, 35 years ago, that I was playing an adventure game that was all text on a teletype machine. In those days, we had acoustic modems and 300 baud, which nobody here can relate to. But you know, and Roberta saw me playing it and kind of took over the screen. And a few days later, she said, we got to go to dinner. And she took me to dinner and spent the evening describing her vision for what a game could be. And at the time, I was working on a compiler. I had this big vision of being the next Bill Gates, who wasn't Bill Gates in those days. But, oh, okay. She wants to see the award. But, you know, she spent the evening kind of describing this murder mystery while people at other tables were looking at us like we were wacky. And then she said, why don't you build it instead of the compiler? And I did. And then suddenly the company kind of grew and grew and grew. And it's weird to think that that dinner was like in November of '79, and I think we released the product in like May of '80, which a lot of the developers here know is a fairly rapid schedule, especially with one programmer, one artist, and that's about it. But anyway, before I turn over to Roberta, I should thank, I guess, all the people of Sierra, all the fans, all the people that still remember us this many years later. And I don't know, we'll let her talk. Well, I broke it.
Oh, I don't have any hands.
Okay, sorry.
I'm a shorty, you know. So, well, thank you, everybody, for coming and for the award from the Games Awards show. And I'm just surprised I'm here and just can't believe it. If you guys can believe it's been 17 years for me since I've been out of business. And time goes by fast, but I appreciate it so much, everybody coming and... Well, I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. And sorry I don't have anything to show you. I don't have a game anymore. But although we do have, there is a new King's Quest coming. And I've had an advanced look at it, and it looks awesome. I do want to play it very much. And as such, I'd like to introduce the new designers, the designer and the producer for the game. And that would be Matt Korba and Lindsay Rostel from The Odd Gentlemen, who are going to be the new designers. And that will be through Activision for the new King's Quest. I have something to do first.
Wow. First of all, I just want to give a heartfelt thanks to Roberta and Ken for everything that they've done for the gaming industry. I had the pleasure of showing Ken and Roberta the game a few weeks ago, and it is a moment that I will treasure forever. It was also extremely nerve-wracking. If we were going to do this, it was very important to us to get their blessing. When we set out to reimagine King's Quest, we wanted to hang on to everything that made the original game so special. The charm, the humor, the puzzles, and the sense of wonder. We wanted to make a King's Quest that if Roberta and Ken were still making adventure games, this is the one they would make in 2015. King's Quest is my favorite game series of all time. Thank you. It's a scary task to take something so loved and make it new again. But I hope you'll be able to see the love we've been pouring into the game. With that, I am proud to be a part of Sierra and honored to introduce the new King's Quest.
World premiere.
So, you want to hear a story. It has been a long time, hasn't it? How about a tale you haven't heard before? One with luscious worlds of wonder, of treacherous traps, fantastical foes, and caverns that could kill. Once upon an astounding time.
Rated M for mature.
So, what happened to your parents?
My parents went on vacation and they never came back.
They are weak and we are strong. It falls to people like us to lead them to safety.
I'm not like you.
Hello. I am Cassandra Pentagast.
And I'm Varric Tethras.
On behalf of the Inquisition, we wish to offer our thanks for this nomination.
And if you liked what you've seen, please check out Hard in Hightown.
What? You're plugging your book? This is a serious moment.
You do know why people play our games, right?
For our thought-provoking examination of faith and the political cost of,
Buy my book.
PlayStation, Sean Layden.
Good evening, everyone. Game development is a collaborative process where countless hours of work are contributed by hundreds of people. But sometimes a great game can be built by fewer people, like much fewer people, like not enough people to build a company baseball team. It still takes a ton of work, but thanks to crowdfunding and digital distribution, independent games are leading a renaissance by gamers, for gamers. Unshackled, these developers are creating games they want to play. And here are your nominees for Best Indie Game.
You know, I want to thank all the families who support so many developers who put so much of their energy into a game like Dragon Age. It means a lot to stand up here and represent them. And thank you all so much. What an honor. Thank you.
Lately, whenever I run into a Nintendo fan, they always ask me one question. Hey, Reggie, can you tell me about the next Zelda game?
This is a densely wooded area.
Yet I'm hardly touching the control stick.
You're not touching it.
Yeah, and I won't hit any trees. Real horses don't run into trees very often.
Well, that seems natural.
We're working on details like that.
And now that your hands are free, you can do a variety of things on the horse.
Yes, you can freely change the camera angle, for example. And then in situations like this,
you can vault off the horse.
Yes. And while jumping, you can shoot arrows.
I see. And you're in slow motion while jumping off the horse.
Yes.
Wow, easier to aim. So how far away is our destination from here?
Well, it'll still take about 4 or 5 more minutes, I suppose.
4 or 5 minutes more. Are you sure that this will be released next year?
Yes. All of the staff members are working together and doing their best. By the way, Mr. Miyamoto, how about your Star Fox title?
What? Star Fox? You're asking me that now? No worries about Star Fox.
Oh, that's good news.
Star Fox will arrive before The Legend of Zelda next year. The way it uses the gamepad is really starting to feel good.
Now, music has always been a pivotal part of the Zelda franchise. So before I go, I'd like to welcome longtime Legend of Zelda fans to the stage, Imagine Dragons.
Changing who I am, that I'm never changing who I am. It's time to begin, isn't it? I get a little bit bigger than I'll admit. I'm just the same as I was. Now don't you understand that I'm never changing who I am? This road never looked so lonely, but this house doesn't burn down slowly. To ashes, to ashes. It's time to begin, isn't it? I get a little bit bigger than I'll admit. I'm just the same as I was. Now don't you understand that I'm never changing who I am? It's time to begin, isn't it? I get a little bit bigger than I'll admit. I'm just the same as I was. Don't you understand that I'm never changing who I am? Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Kondo.
Well, that is going to do it for the first ever Game Awards here in Las Vegas. We hope you enjoyed the show. We had a lot of great games, a lot of great awards, a lot of great news. Dungeon Defenders 2 is #1 early access on Steam. We're breaking records on YouTube and Twitch for viewers of a show like this. So thank you so much for watching the show. You can use the hashtag #TheGameAwards. This has been a crazy experiment. I appreciate everyone in the industry supporting it, the fans for coming out, and those of you online for watching. Thank you so much, and good night.